Hello everyone and welcome to Christmas in July. I am so glad to be here, and I just thought I'd give you a little insight as to where Christmas in July came for me. When I was little, probably 15 or 16, we went on a family vacation to Yellowstone. And we woke up one morning and there was snow. It was July. We did not expect any snow. And I'm sure that's not a usual thing in Yellowstone either. But later the day, we went to the little gift shop there and they were having a Christmas in July sale. And I'm like, I've never heard of that. But of course, we enjoyed shopping with the sale. So we were so glad and had so much fun. And so it's just kind of been a tradition since then. And I especially love it as part of our card camp. So let's get started. Today we are mostly focusing on the tags that we had shown. Now all of the supplies that are used on the tags of the samples I've given you are listed in the idea book. So feel free to find those there. But today what I want to do is just give you some different variations of what we can do with those different supplies. So today the first card we're going to focus on, it's using our little topiary tags. And I have a couple of different versions, so I'm excited to share that with you. So the first thing I want to do is show you the supplies we've used. And that is card cutout 870, card cutout 344. And this is an older one, but it's one of our favorites. It is so easy to use and just adds fun to every project you have. Okay, so I have already cut the pieces out, and I did use an X-Acto knife to cut out the inside of the frame. And then I've cut out this topiary tree, and I cut out the little berry. So very basic, but the thing that I really love about it is I mounted everything together with mounting tape, so it gave a lot of dimension. So I have one here that I've already assembled, and look how cute that is. I just love being able to see through this tag. And look how cute that will be, though, if you punch your little hole. I always want to hang it, but you can't see it if I hang it. So I just think that is so cute to add to a package. Or, of course, you can make a card with it as well. So you can simply take, well, I've got some red paisley here. That might be too busy. Oh, here I have red distressed diamonds. So you can see how easy that would be to turn it into a card quickly as well. So I had fun with this topiary, but then my mind expanded and I'm like, what if we use both of those topiaries and kind of do a similar thing? So that is what I have done next. And I want to show you, let's see, if I can reach my supplies here. This time we are using card cutout 343. It's very similar to the one we used with the first kit, but it's larger frames. And then card cutout 870 and card cutout 871. So I have already cut our pieces out. Let's see. Oh, I cut them out and I have already attached them. I cut the frame out because we basically are doing the same thing. With this card, I just used the bigger frame, cut it out with the X-Acto knife again, and then I just simply added the topiaries, and then I just added the little festive holly there. I just think the stars and the holly are just so fun to add as a little accessory to my card. Now, what I want to do with the next step is what I wanted to talk to you more about. So this is a half sheet, but I cut this extra off. So I cut off, let's see, I can't recall now. See if I can get my ruler to measure. So I cut off about 3 inches. It's really 3 1/8, but I don't think that matters. And so I cut that off the back, and then I wanted to make it so the first try that I did, I just cut a piece of paper, and you could do this too, I just cut a sheet that was, oh, well, let me just use this one I was using. It's probably what I started with. I cut off a half piece, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I just mounted that inside, and I liked how it showed through. I thought it gave a nice contrast. But when I went to open it, there was no longer any room to write a message. I didn't have this side over here I could use. So I thought we need to come up with a little better idea, a little different solution, or just add a little tag here, a little scratch paper, write your note on that. You could do that well too, especially if you're just saying Merry Christmas, or just simply add a sentiment here, and that would be fun too. So many options, but if you need a little more room, what I did is I started looking at other papers that I could tuck behind. So this is the Barnwood Inchworm. I think this one you kind of saw the same effect. So the red diamonds, I really like that contrast. I think it's fun. There are so many papers actually that you could put behind here. And here was one more, the Barnwood Red Wagon. But I settled on just regular barnwood. And so the first thing I want to do is to adhere this little flap, if you will, to the back of my card. And I'm just not going to quite have it touch the fold here, just so there's a little room for opening it. And I'm just using double-sided tape, but use whatever is your favorite. So now you can see we have the barnwood coming through. But what I really like about this now, so that was just a half sheet folded in half. But now what you can do, you can open it. You can have some cute little decorative sentiment here. And if you put it towards the bottom, then it doesn't show through because this is already covered. So that makes it easy as well. And then you could have it open, and now you could actually write a little Christmas letter. Some people will type something, a little Christmas information about all their family, and you could just then adhere that in here. So there are so many options. But one thing I really liked about using a coordinating paper instead of just using the red diamonds, because then this cute contrast wouldn't show. But look how easy, if I were to just take and add this cute little hollow leaf, let's see it. Oh, here I am trying to get off the little backing again. I got it. But look what a cute finishing touch that is to the back of your card. So I feel like this is a great way that you can embellish inside and out of your card. And I love being able to see through. Look how cute that is. You can see through. And as your card opens, it just has such a fun, cute message. So those are the cards that I made to go with our cute little tags that came in the kit. And now let's get started and clear those pieces away. Let's see, which one should I do next? This was the original card, and I just think they're so cute. I love that little Santa and a reindeer. So this one uses, get my supplies here. I've got so many pieces on my desk. I'm trying to be organized, and maybe I'm making it harder. Okay, so for this variation, we are going to use card count 873, which is the wood frame as you see here. We're going to use the 872, and let's see, we're not using that or that. Okay, so I have my pieces cut out. Let me see if I can separate them. Oh, and we are also using this little pennant tag. It's the pennant sheets, looks like this. So you'll want that as well, or something like it. Doesn't have to be that exactly, because I know you guys are all so creative. I'm just giving you ideas, and then you can build from there. And did I mention, yes, this is card cutout 831. Now we've talked about different ways of cutting this out. You can cut it out so the little background, the linen background still shows through, or you can trim it so it doesn't show through. So usually I'll just trim enough off that the white is gone. But this time I decided I wanted it to be as close as it could be because I wanted this little pennant to show through as well. So I'm just gonna, and I folded it because I thought it just gave a little nicer finish on the top. But of course, if you're using scraps and there's not room for folding, that's of course okay too. So we're just gonna hook that together. We're gonna hook this down. And then what I did is I cut out all of the little stamps from this card cutout and card cutout. So 872 and 873, I cut the stamps. So I just wanted to show you, that might not be straight, but okay, this one does not have all of the little postage stamp cuts around it. It still looks cute. So if you don't like cutting those out, don't worry about it. But I do have a trick for you. So I cut it out, but you don't want to cut it too close. You want a little bit of that border to show because it makes it easier to punch. And I don't punch all the way like trying to line up exactly. I'm just trying to give the impression. So I just barely go inside so you can see there. So I am just punching a little hole. I don't know what size this is. I think it's a 1/16, maybe 1/8. But it is so handy to have. I really like this little punch. And I just go right on the edge. So you can see I'm not cutting all the way through, but just enough to create the illusion that it's perforated. So look how cute that is. So now I can take that cute little stamp and this little stamp, and I'm going to adhere those, and I'm just going to go ahead and use mounting tape for those as well. Give us a little more dimension. And I'll put the little Santa up here. And then we'll just place the little bird below it. I like them to overlap a little bit and hang off the edges. I just think it creates a little more interest. And then I want to add the to from. And to do that, I am just taking a piece of whatever scrap paper you might have. I'm just going to grab this. It's the new Distressed Diamond in our new papers. This one is Inchworm. Now I am using double-sided tape and I got the piece too big, but you can just simply fold it over and it will fit just fine. So I wanted to mount this just to create a little more contrast. So I used my double stick tape to add it here, and I put it close to the edge. Then I have one less edge to trim, and then I am just simply going to cut roughly around it. Remember, they don't have to be perfect. When you get your whole card together, it is perfect. So, and then I will just snip this little corner as well. And so now we have a little tag to from, and you can tuck that in here, tuck that in here. And then on my original card, when I was just playing around seeing what I wanted to do, I realized that this one I'd use the little star, but this one I used the little hollyberry. And I really liked to use the hollyberry. If you notice here, the hollyberry and the star, I overlapped the red onto the green. At first I had them flipped, but it didn't show as well. There wasn't the contrast with the little bird because it was red already. So either way, I liked having the red star overlap or the little red berry overlapping. I just thought that was a fun little twist. And then I just added a little bow as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just use some adhesive and tuck this on. And then when I'm doing ribbons or buttons, things like that, I tend to use glue dots. They're just a little easier. And then I can tuck this bow in so many places. It looks cute. Like I could leave it there. There's a little spot up here I could tuck it. I think I'm going to leave it down here. And I need to push that so it will stick. I just think punch a hole in that, and isn't that just the cutest little gift card? Or you could take and make a card with that. So quick and easy. I grabbed our Grungy Distressed Jumbo Stripes. Look how cute that is on there. I just thought that was the cutest contrast and so easy, but honestly, it looks cute on any paper you put it on. I just think that's such a fun Christmas festive card or tag. So that is our third sample. And now we are going to take, this was, so that one, it was inspired by the pieces that were on these tags for this kit, but we're actually going to do a card that is similar to this, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So the supplies we're going to use, card cutout 872, and you see that's what we've just used, and you're actually going to need 2 of them. Oh dear. Oh, I've got it. I thought I lost a piece. And then we are going to use the Red Wagon Paisley, our new paper. And then we are going to do a barn, excuse me, we are going to do the barnwood inside. So what you'll want to do is you're going to want to cut out 2 of these little Santa and reindeer. Then you're going to cut one of them in half, like so. And then you want them to try and be similar to the same size. So I overlapped them, but you can tweak this later, and we have ways of hiding it. So don't be too worried. So then what we're going to do is we are going to take our paisley. I just used a half sheet, and then I cut off 2 inches. I'm just going to confirm that. That's an awfully big ruler. And I have it upside down and backwards. Here we go. So I just trimmed off 2 inches of the red paisley. And then I opened it and I just cut a 1/4 sheet for the inside. I just liked how this overlapped. And what we're going to do is we are going to have part of this little Santa be on the front, like so. So we're going to trim him. And it can overlap just a little bit of the paper. So we have, it's a little crooked, so I'm going to come back and, okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to position, let's see, I already have one. Yep, this one has tape on it. So now I have tape on this one. I'm going to close this just a little bit so I can see how things are lining up. I like to watch his little nose and smile here, so I kind of line that up. I make sure my antlers are lining up well, and I make sure his arm is lining up well, and that is just perfect. So because I already put adhesive on there, it will stick. But isn't that cute now when you open it inside as well? Excuse me. Now the bottom part, it doesn't quite line up, but I've got a little magic for you there. And we are going to use these cute little holly berries. And we're just gonna put one here, because now he's cute, and I feel like that's a great finishing touch. And then I have another one we are just going to place on top. So they kind of overlap a little bit. So now we've hidden where it didn't line up exactly. You open it up, it is a finished card inside. It is so, so cute. And then you could add your Christmas sentiment to the front, because it could even hang off the edge if you wanted, or add it inside, or even personalize it and write a little note here. So I hope you've enjoyed day 2. I am so glad you've joined us, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Happy camping!